Nice and slow. Look at it. Just, oh, it's just crawling. Come on, JK. Come on, you can do it. I think I'm burying myself in the dust here. All right, let me back out of this mess. Look at this. How's that? How's that for luxury? Oh yeah. Tommy, we are 19 miles below the Jeep Wrangler's top speed. Let's see what kind of fuel economy we're getting. 16.4. That's not bad for a brick that is being piloted at 81 miles an hour into the wind. You know what? I don't think I want to go much faster in this Wrangler. It's just too tall, too top heavy, and too squirrely on these very rugged tires meant for going off-road and not necessarily flying down the highway. Wow, over 1,000 miles of highway to get to Washington from Boulder. And let's face it, this Jeep is not about going on the highway, but about dirt. So I'm here just outside of Spokane, Washington at an ORV park. Check it out. And I thought, why not? Let's try and conquer this ORV park. And I'm thinking that a Wrangler can do a lot of this in two-wheel drive. So we're gonna try it in two-wheel drive first. Oh, it's digging in. I am stuck, at least in two-wheel drive. So, throw it into four-wheel drive. It's a mountain goat. I can't see where I'm going. And I'm stuck again. You know what? I think the traction control system is kicking in. I'm gonna have to turn that off. It's just so steep and so soft. It's very hard. All right, one more time. Here we go. All right, traction control is off. I'm getting a little bit of momentum up. There we go. There we go. Come on, Jeep. Come on, I'm not gonna slow down. I'm gonna lose. Yes! It was just a matter of a little bit of power. That's all. Alright guys, let's try going up this hill with axles locked, traction control off, sway bar disengaged. We are completely in off-road mode, or about as good as it gets. Feel it just crawl up this hill and just devour these very, very fun hills. Here's another great part of articulation. And you know what? One of the things that you might notice in other videos when people go off-road is that all of a sudden one of the wheels or two of the wheels go up in the air. And that is exactly what you don't want when you're off-road, because the less points of contact you have with terra firma, the less traction you have. So if wheels actually leave the ground, it's just really bad for traction and really bad for off-roading. The Jeep, on the other hand, keeps everything because of the solid rear axle on the ground. being a little too prideful, a little too boastful. When I first came here, I should have put everything into full four-wheel drive mode, locked the diffs, put it in 4-low. But once I did, this Jeep just ate it all up. And that's really a good lesson, because when we go up Harts Pass, the highest mountaintop in Washington, it's gonna get a little rough and rugged. And so it's good to know that this Jeep can handle it. So we've hit a bit of a snag. Yesterday when we took the Jeep to the ORV park here in Spokane, we disconnected the sway bar, which is electronic, so that we could get good articulation. And now the sway bar is disconnected. Unfortunately, it won't reconnect. And that's an issue because it makes the Jeep a little bit unstable at high speeds, and certainly emergency maneuvers would be tricky. So we're going to try to take it to a local Jeep dealership here in Spokane. It's getting to be an adventure. Every adventure, a little adventure must happen, and this is our first one because we have a very tight schedule. Can't be handsome, you can at least be handy. And here we go. Let's fix this problem so that at least for the next 24 hours we have a Wrangler that has no issues with the sway bar. There we have it. In case you're wondering what a sway bar is, it's basically an anti-roll bar. It keeps the body from rolling. And right now, if a moose were to run out and I had to swerve, potentially there would be a lot of body roll, which could flip the Jeep over, and that would be bad. And we're in the last maybe 20 miles of our trip to Washington's highest drivable mountaintop, and that is Slate Peak at Harts Pass. And of course there are higher mountaintops here in Washington. The one that comes to mind immediately is Rainier. That's a 14er, and we're nowhere near 14,000. In fact, we'll be just under 8. But you can't drive up Rainier, and you can drive up to Slate Peak.
Yes.
He's a little camera shy. But so far this has been a really beautiful drive. We're kind of halfway between Spokane and Seattle, right in the middle of the state in the Cascade Mountains. And I love the Cascade Mountains because they remind me of Switzerland. You know, in Colorado we've got the Rockies, of course, and those are just old and very tall but very weathered mountaintops. So they're rounded and they're not very craggly or pointy or imposing. Whereas these Cascade Mountains are everything that I expect a mountain to be. Pointy peaks and deep forested lands underneath them. You know, the stuff that you'd expect maybe the Hobbit to be traversing on his way to a great adventure. And obviously right now we're just on a dirt road and you don't need the capabilities of a Jeep.
It's really easy stuff here.
Yeah, especially one with a disconnected front sway bar. So we're really set to have this car conquer any boulders. Alright guys, one last thing to do, and that is to put another state up on our wall of fame. Washington. Yes, we have made it to Washington. And I think it's crooked. But you know what? It's okay. When you're up this high, sometimes perfection isn't achievable. Alright, this is about as high as we can go. And to be honest, we really didn't need a Jeep to get up here, but sometimes it's not about the vehicle, but about the adventure. And that is the top of Slate Peak. And as you can see, the road is closed, so that means it's time for a little bit of a hike. Follow me, Tommy. Wahoo! We're at the top, 7,488 feet above sea level. And over here, well, that's a lookout tower. They chopped the entire top off this mountain during the Cold War to look out for incoming, I suspect, Russian aircraft. And the top of that tower is where the top of Slate Peak used to be. But now it's time to hide this. And since I made you work for this, because it is a little tricky getting up here and a little bit of a hike, we're playing for an extra prize. Not only are we playing for the belt buckle, let me show you that so you know what you're playing for here. There we go, the one and only Washington Motor Mountain USA belt buckle. But as an added incentive, I've also put a Motor Mountain t-shirt in here. So now it's just a question of where to hide this so that one of you can come up here and find it. And I think I've found the perfect place. Follow me. You probably don't need these coordinates, but here they are, just in case. And the belt buckle and the t-shirt are going to be hidden right here. So not too difficult to find. Now I just got to hide this so that nobody finds it by accident. That would be a tragedy indeed. But I think we can make this well enough hidden that people won't suspect that there's a valuable prize hiding underneath these stones. You leave a Jeep for 5 minutes, and look at that, what happens? The birds take over. That is no good, Tommy. That is just no good. Let's get those things off the Jeep before they poop all over it. I'm probably too late by now, but let's go get them. Go, shoot! Shoot! Ah, look at that! The Jeep fixed itself. Oh my, oh my. I hope that means it's fixed. It's not blinking anymore. I suspect the computer says that the sway bar is now connected. Well, sometimes you get lucky, and sometimes you make your own luck, and sometimes you just have dumb luck. And I think today, you know which of those three we had. Hey guys, if you're enjoying these Motor Mountain episodes, please click on me because we've got a lot of other states that we've been to, including maybe the state that you're from. So we'd love to have you join the TFL family and check out all the other states that we've been to. Just click on me, and remember, please subscribe to get the videos first. See you guys next time.